My name's Catherine Edwards. I've worked in social care for 27 years. I'm a senior social worker in the south of England. I started my job as a carer and I've worked my way up. 90% of my clients have dementia. I read about John's campaign in The Observer and contacted Nikki last August to say what a great campaign it was. My only criticism was that the valued input of social workers was not mentioned. She changed this so that social workers were mentioned in subsequent articles. My father died in January. He'd been diagnosed with dementia for nearly 6 years, during which time I watched an intelligent and able man become a dependent individual whose personality also changed. I helped arrange care and respite and supported my mum as much as possible. Dad also suffered from physical health issues like chronic heart failure. By fluke, I was nearby on the Friday night that he became acutely unwell and was admitted by urgent ambulance to A&E. The admission went well on the Saturday and I visited on Sunday. However, when I went to visit him on the Monday, I found the ward, a general ward, was locked until the afternoon. The ward clerk begrudgingly gave me and my mother 10 minutes with my dad. I live 100 miles from that hospital. Visiting the afternoon only would mean that on the Monday, getting home at 9 p.m. with work to do the next morning. I asked staff if I could visit on the Monday morning, but received very mixed responses. Some nurses were openly unhelpful, and I felt lacked compassion. Despite negotiating an agreement to go on Monday mornings, I was made to feel unwelcome, and it was clear that staff needed me there. When I met the occupational therapist and the consultants, both were grateful I was there, as Dad could not answer any questions. The hospital told me that Dad wasn't that unwell. I knew that he was dying. I've seen enough people in hospital to know when someone's dying. Although I had known had I known how close he was to death, I would have taken the time and often stayed with him. On the final Monday of his life, January the 25th, I once again had to battle to see him. Thank goodness I did, because he died 3 days later. I had a call to come when he had already died. When battling to see my dad, I felt stronger by having John's campaign behind me. The ward at the time knew nothing about it, but quoting it helped me. Only one nurse seemed to know that visiting hours should be more flexible in dementia cases. The professionals needed my input and my dad needed me. I hope that things will change at that hospital as a result of the campaign. The whole experience was profoundly distressing and sad, and the end of his life should have been better.